Hi, welcome back to Smack Vision. I'm your host, Ange, and if you're watching, this is just a quick pop-in sort of last-minute thing. First of all, this channel is about my weight loss journey. I've been following the freestyle program since February of this year and having tons of success up until this week. But that's okay. I posted about it yesterday. So I'm just dropping in really quick to talk to you about some real life stuff. First of all, I'm eating eggs. Just eggs this morning. They're actually a little too runny for me. I have my water. And I'm just basically, my conscience is what basically, sorry, my cat's meowing incessantly. Lofi! Come here, Lofi! Anyway, my subconscious, or my guilty conscience, rather, look at him. Hey! Is what is forcing me to get on here really quick and talk about yesterday and the aftermath of yesterday after I had, sorry, can you get out of here? After I had a disastrous weigh-in. I say it's disastrous because I had a gain, and it was the first gain in, I don't know, 30, I don't know how many weeks. Can you get out of here? Anyway, my point is that I'm getting on here to tell everybody about get out of here, about how yesterday I decided to literally go ballistic and eat all the garbage that I wanted, all the crap, all the things. I was feeling bad for myself. And I literally put everything in my face that I can get in my face. I mean, if I wanted to track what I ate yesterday, which I would never dare, it was probably 2 weeks worth of points, and I'm not exaggerating. It was really bad. Like, I ate bad at home all day. What you can clearly see that, like, I woke up with, Jesus, can you get out of here? Woke up with more of a chin than yesterday. Maybe it's just the angle. Sorry, my cat is really... Anyway, but then I went to TGI Fridays with 2 of my kids last night for dinner. And we went ham. And I ate everything there. And it was delicious. And I just couldn't get enough. And I was just like, well, screw it. I already gained. So I have the whole week to make up for it. And I did so bad. So bad. But this is real TV, so I need to get on here and just admit it and face the music that this is what I did. And I haven't done this in a long time. And feel like shit about it. Today I'm like, okay, I'm not eating anything today. Drinking straight water, eating eggs. I had my coffee with my half and half, so I basically only had 1 point today. And I had a banana, 2 clementines. I'm going to pack some cottage cheese because that's what I need to do. I need to get back on that cottage cheese, full steam, because you know how I love my cottage cheese. And I got a tough road ahead of me to work off and lose whatever I did to my body yesterday. It was bad. It was bad. I needed somebody there to like tell me no and slap my hand. But nobody was watching and I just went ballistic. So, you know, I had no self-control at all yesterday. None. Now there's cat hair in my mouth. God. Anyway, so that's the story with that. And also, I don't want you guys to think that all I'm going to talk about on my channel is weight loss and exercise and diet. Because there's lots of other things to me besides that. And I feel like everyone's only expecting me to talk about that kind of stuff. And I don't, like, how do you feel if I talk about like day-to-day stuff? Because like there's a story that I want to tell you. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to tell you this story. So the other night, now, if you guys watch me, if you know what my deal is, I work as a server for the Cheesecake Factory. I live in Connecticut. I am a mom. I have 3 daughters, twins, and another one. My twins are 14, and my little one is 10. My twins are Victoria, Isabella, and my little one is Juliet. And they're all queen names, by the way, in case you were wondering. Actually, Juliet's not a queen name, I don't think, but it's definitely very regal. I'm obsessed with queens, drag queens. I act like I'm a queen sometimes. I love pineapples because they wear a crown. Anyway, back to the situation. So I always come home with all kinds of stories to tell my kids. My kids love listening to stories about what happened at work today. Because, I meet lots of people, and there's something about me that people gravitate towards telling me all of their stuff. I have this like way about me that like people want to talk to me, which is probably why I do hair on the side, because it's basically like a non-licensed shrink job. Anyway, so funny story. Thought you guys would enjoy it since we left on kind of like a crappy tone yesterday. Sorry, I got my blueberries. 0 points. Anyway, the other night I'm working, and this lady comes in by herself. And I had served her about a month and a half ago. She came in by herself that time as well, and I was trying to chit-chat with her, but she seemed like she wanted to be left alone, which is fine. At that time, when I served her the first time, she was here from out of town on business, and she told me she was going to be spending a lot of time here. And I kind of left her to her own devices. Like, I recommended what she should order. She ordered it. She was very pleased with it. She was super sweet, quiet, kept to herself, very professional lady. Went on her way. So the other night I'm working, and she comes in and she sits down at one of my tables, and I walk over and I said, "Hi, how are you?" And she goes, "Oh my God, hi, it's me again." And I'm like, "Hi, how are you? How's it going?" Whatever. So she tells me that she is here and she's meeting somebody for a blind date, and that she never met him before. And I said, "Okay, I'm going to pretend I've never seen you before." She goes, "Okay." So she goes, "I need a stiff drink before he gets here because I'm super nervous." I'm like, "All right, I got you. Like, let's get you a Mai Tai." Okay, done. Get her a Mai Tai. She drinks it. She loves it. "Thank you so much." Whatever. So the guy calls her, and from what I see, it looks like he's coming late. Right there, red flag. Don't you dare come late to a blind date, ever. Okay, that's a bad sign. So she starts talking to me, and she's telling me about how she's here till December, and she's a physical therapist, and, single and free, and just a really nice lady. So I'm like, cool, okay, whatever. So the guy comes, he shows up, he has like a visor on backwards, and he was I really didn't like the vibe I got from him. So I go over and I introduce myself. And as I'm saying, "Hi, how are you? My name's Angela," he cuts me right off and he's like, "What do you got to drink here?" So I look at her and she looks at me and she kind of winks her eye, and she could see that I'm already put off. So I was like, "Well, sir, here's the drink list, whatever." And he didn't show much interest in wanting to look at the drink menu. He goes, "You got Hennessy here?" I said, "Yes." He says, "Give me a Hennessy. Give me a Henny, straight up." I said, "Okay, absolutely." I look at her, she looks at me, and she was like, So now that to me is a second strike. You actually, no, it's a third strike. You came late. Actually, is that 4 strikes? Came late, visor on backwards, cut off the server, then order Henny straight up, which is kind of low class. I mean, I'm sorry. I know it's a Cheesecake Factory. It's not the Russian tea room, but not good, kind of trashy. Sorry for anybody who drinks Hennessy, but on a first date, you need to make an impression. And if he was there with me on a first date, I was not impressed. So I bring him his drink. They order their food. They're having conversation. I'm working, whatever. I'm doing what I need to do. She orders a glass of wine. Then she goes a little while later and gets another glass. I bring it and he goes, let me get the check. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me offer you some dessert first. How about asking the lady if she would like something else before just barking at me that you want your check? Strike 5. So I give him the check. It's $95. The bill is $95. So I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at him, and he takes out this money clip with all this cash in it. And he's counting out cash. And I'm like, okay, maybe he will do the right thing. So he goes and he hands me the book, and he's like, you're all set. And I said to the lady, now, mind you, before he got there, she told me her name. And we were talking, so we were basically on first name basis. She was like, thanks so much, Angela. I was like, thank you so much. Have a great night. And she's like, you too. And so I walk away and I open the book, and I could see that he left me a terrible tip. Now, to me, that is strike 6. And she was a nice lady, and she was not like that. And I felt, now this was definitely overstepping my boundaries as a server, but I felt like we had some sort of a connection, me and her, friendship-wise. I mean, even though she was just my guest. But like, I felt inclined to let her know that I did not approve of this suitor. So I saw the tip. He gave me a $6 tip, almost $7 tip on a $95 bill. And I was just horrified, okay? So I take a little piece of paper and I write down on the paper, you deserve better than that. Love, Angela. And I fold it up and I'm like, I got to give her this piece of paper before she leaves. Like, I don't know her. I barely know her, but she's a really nice lady. And this guy, no good, okay? So I write this down on the paper, and my bartender's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I need to leave this lady a note. I need to save this lady from this guy. He is a total scumbag. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm very serious. I'm going to do this. I feel like I need to help this lady. So I write it down, and I'm working, and I see that they're walking out of the restaurant. So I'm running down to try to get her attention. I'm like, her name's Melissa. Melissa. You left something at the table, because I needed to give her this piece of paper. And the guy was like, what? And I said, oh, she left something at the table. She goes, she did? I'm like, yeah. Melissa, come over back to the table. You left something there. Like, I'm trying to be like, you left your sunglasses or something on the table so I can give her this note. And she's like, okay. And she turns around, starts walking towards me. She's like, what did I leave? I was like, that guy sucks. No good. She's like, really? I'm like, no good. And I go, here, I wrote you a note. So I give her the note. She's like, okay, thanks. And she turns around and she leaves. And I was like, ooh, that was really ballsy of me to do that, because what if she really liked him? Or what if he saw the note? Or what if he asked? Like, I could potentially lose my job for getting involved in that. So hopefully, I don't get in trouble. But I was just like, you know what? Something about this lady, she was worth it to me. She was a nice lady. And she leaves, and I'm like, that was really, I shouldn't have probably done that. About an hour or two later, I'm standing at the computer putting an order in. All of a sudden, she pops up, and she's at the computer next to me. She's like, hi, Angela, I came back for you. And I said, what do you mean? She's like, I got on the road, we went our separate ways, and I felt inclined to turn around and come all the way back and thank you so much for writing me that note and telling me that. Like, that really meant a lot to me. And, I know that you and me don't know each other, but there's just something about your vibe that I just feel like that was so nice of you, and you probably know what the heck you're talking about. And he was like a little trashy for me, and I was like, you're a very professional woman, and he was kind of trashy, and I wouldn't want that for my daughters or a good friend of mine. So I just felt like, she's like, no, I can't thank you enough. Like I called one of my girlfriends and I told them about how you saved me. And, you know, it just makes me so happy. And I was just like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you. And I'm like, no problem. I was like, I was really nervous that I was going to get in trouble. She's like, no, she's like, I told my girlfriends about you, how you held it down for me. And like you just killed it, and just, you were looking out for me, and you had your best, you know, intentions. And I just thank you so much. And so we really hit it off, and she was like super sweet lady. And she's like, she had one of her girlfriends come down. They sat at the bar and had a slice of cheesecake, and they were talking about it. And I met her friend, and she was like, I should come down here and like bring all of my blind dates down here, and, you know, whatever. And I exchanged numbers with her, and she was just such a nice lady, and it was just such a good turnout. And I just felt like I wanted to share that story because it was really awesome. And sometimes, you know, in life, there's people that cross your paths that you just feel some sort of connection to. And I actually made a good decision by just trying to help this lady out. And Melissa, if you're watching, girl, I got you. Anytime, just, you know, hit me up. Like, I don't know who I think I am. Like, I'm just gonna judge all these people. I mean, all these people, but like, that's what I do. So anyway, that's my little story. Today I'm getting back on track. I get my crap together, and I gotta get this this body in shape. I'm not going to the gym. I'm going to work. Maybe I'll go to the gym later tonight with my daughter. She kind of wants to go. And that's it. So, guys, thanks for staying with me. This is my confessional. I had a little pity party for myself yesterday, but I'm back. I got my water. Anita got my water. And that's it. So thanks so much, guys, for watching, and stay tuned for more here on Smack Vision. Bye.